My name is Jeff. Thanks for joining me here today at Mark Wahlberg Airstream in Avon, Ohio. We're going to talk a little bit about leveling your camper today. When you first pull into your site, you're going to want to be level and comfortable when you camp. So we're going to talk about that right now. Okay, so first off, you want to level your camper from side to side. If you take a look at our camper here, it's leaning towards our parking lot. So we're going to go around the other side and we're going to take a block of wood. There's also wedges and other devices that you can buy here in our store. So we're going to take the low side and we're going to put some wood underneath of it. And then we're going to start up the truck and we're going to back it up to raise this side up so that we get it level from left to right first. So I'm going to do that for you now. So since this is a dual axle trailer, you're going to ask me, do I need wood under both tires? No, you do not. You can just put it under one tire. You can have one piece, two pieces, or as I said before, there's a wedge that you can buy that gets greater as you back onto it and lifts this side up. So now that we're level from left to right, we're going to come back and we're going to unhook the truck next. So the first thing we want to do is take the pressure off of the stabilizer bars. We are going to bring the jack up and back of the truck up. Got a free hand here, so I'm going to unhook my 7-way. It's important that you don't want to just throw this on the ground. If you don't have this connector, you can leave it up here on top, just so long as you don't put it down in the mud and dirt. You're going to see the trailer and the truck start to lift, and what that's going to do for me is that's going to take the tension off this bar so I can safely disconnect it. There you go. So the bar came loose just there, so I know I can safely remove it now. Sometimes that won't happen and you'll need to raise it all the way up until the jack clicks and you're at the very top. All right, next you're going to take your bar. So you pull out the cotter pin, lower the bar, chain comes off, raise the bar back up, return the cotter pin to its spot, pull the pin out here, drop the bar out, then you are ready to disconnect. So now we're going to come back down. We're going to lift the foot off the ground again. Okay, now the weight is back on the truck. We're going to pull our safety back into the back position. Now it's uncoupled. And we're going to come back up and release from the truck. So we're going to want to pick our chains up off the ground and stow them. And once we pull away, we can put our hitch assembly inside if that's where we keep it, or in the back of your truck. All right, now I'm going to pull the vehicle away and we'll finish leveling the camper. So now that we have the truck pulled away safely, we have everything picked up off the ground, we're level side to side, we're ready to finish leveling up and stabilize the vehicle so we can have a nice, comfortable camping experience without a rocking camper. Okay, so next we're going to level it from front to back. So I'm going to lower the front end. So now we're going to take a walk over here. You can eye the camper if you think that that's suitable for you. This particular camper has a nice smooth bottom, so I brought my tape measure with me today so that we can, up in the front here, see that we're about 22.5 inches off the ground. We come back here and we're at about 21.75, so we could certainly use to come down in the front. Now you can use a level on the floor, but that's absolutely not necessary. All right, so now we're at about 22 there, and we're at about 22 there, so that wasn't too hard. Now the next thing we want to do is stabilize your unit, so when you're walking around inside it doesn't move on you. Some of them will have a hand crank with a 3/4 inch nut on the end of it. Your camper comes with that tool. Some people improvise and use a drill with the 3/4 inch socket. You can do that, just be very careful. Make sure you only use a drill and not an impact wrench, and make sure that you follow these rules right here. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to extend the front ones. And we're going to bring those down to the ground until both of them are down, and then we're going to give it a little more. If you're using a hand crank, you're going to give it an extra 3/4 of a turn so that you're snug against the ground. This is interesting that this should happen. This is something that happens occasionally, and you're going to want to right that foot with your hand first or your shoe. You may have to bring it back up a little bit. Now they're both on the ground. We're going to give it a little bit more. This one's automatic, so it did shut off. Some of them are not like that. You will have to make sure that you don't overcrank them. So now your camper is in the spot you want it to be in. You're ready to put your awning out, hook up your utilities, and get to camping.